Hello. so, yeah, so I'm just going to start the stream. Things are going to be a little less organized today because I don't have all my stuff like ready in front of me, so to speak. Because I finished painting my room this morning and I have been spending the afternoon starting to put my bed together. So hopefully I got my bed together before I go to bed tonight. Hopefully maybe another piece of furniture if I'm lucky. IKEA. So yes, today I am doing grilled Caesar salad with homemade dressing and grilled chicken breast. This is a request from my mom. I always love Caesar salad, so I'm doing Caesar salad two ways. One's going to be grilled, and the other is a baby kale, I guess baby kale and spinach salad because, well, I thought I was just getting baby kale, and turns out there's spinach in the mix, so whatever. I am going to be using a recipe from my book, which I should get. So it was requested that I buy my mom to make more simple food because, as you all know, I have ADHD, and sometimes that shows in my food because I think, well, this could be a garnish, and this I could counterpoint this with, acid versus cut fat, like all that kind of stuff. So it can be really overwhelming to people to have that kind of food all of the time. It's cool to make and it's cool to watch and all that stuff, but if your palate is constantly being assaulted by a myriad of flavors, sometimes you just want comfort food. Like last night, she requested me make some mac and cheese to go with the leftover meatloaf I had. Oh, you're a simple cooker, Lane? Yeah. So hopefully this will, I think a lot of the stuff I do is fairly easy, but maybe it's just easy to me. My book is actually up there. So this one I've shown several times along with this counterpoint bake, earth to table every day. One time I went there, when I got this book actually, I shared a Caesar salad and pizza with my partner at the time, and I just loved it so much. You came for the food? Oh, wow. I didn't know it was that good. But, so I actually had the kale Caesar. Actually, I kind of had it the first time I went with a friend from a forum from Discord I met and was showing him around. We actually meant to go to Uncle Ray's barbecue, which was right beside it. But we really enjoyed ourselves, and like the kale Caesar is so good. Like, oh my God. So I picked a bunch of recipes from this book for two reasons. They're very healthy. There's a lot of vegetarian options. And, since I've been redoing my room, I actually packed up all my cookbooks, and this was the one on the top of the pile. So, I like doing different stuff, but I found I use more cookbooks now because, I have to plan menus and stuff for people, and it's a lot of ideas to come up with when you're streaming almost every day what you eat. So, ow, I just nailed myself in the nipple with this. Okay, anyways, so under salads, so this, from this book for like the next week or so, I'm going to be doing their tomato soup, and I'm going to do it with a grilled cheese. I'm going to be doing the apple and walnut salad that's with endive, radicchio, and frisee. The kale Caesar, and in the mushroom taleggio tarts. Some other stuff. So that'll be fun. Books doubled as weapons, rip. Yeah, I know. So as I said, I'm doing Caesar salad two ways today. I'm going to be doing one that's a kale Caesar, and then I'm going to do a grilled romaine Caesar. So grilled romaine Caesars are one of my favorite things to make in restaurants because all you have to do when you're prepping the salad is split a romaine heart, split all the romaine hearts in half, you brush it, put it on the grill, there you go. It's easier than cutting bins upon bins of romaine, because, you know, everyone likes Caesar salads in restaurants, and it's one of the biggest things, but when you have to do all that stuff and wash it, it's a lot of work. So grilled romaine actually gives off a really nice like umami flavor, so it's pretty neat. And what you do is you just brush it with dressing, and like dressing is like mayonnaise, which is mostly oil, so it actually creates a nice flavor on the grill and works as like, you know, a lubricant for it. I'm also going to be doing chicken breasts because my mom requested chicken breasts, and as much as eating all vegetarian and vegan food goes, and they've been enjoying it, sometimes they like a little protein. Oh, hi Umar, how's it going? How's your day been? I'm just doing some Caesar salad and grilled chicken breasts. I thought the title was fun. Hopefully you'll get some more people watching, because I like to be a little cheeky. Oh, you're busy? Yeah, I guess work's been, you've been probably getting a lot of calls at work, huh? So, like I said, I don't have all my stuff on right here on camera, so I'm going to first get out the chicken breast and do a light marinade. I got my vinegars back, did grocery shopping today, so yeah, let's see, can we see? Yeah, so this is my fridge right now. It is quite full, and mostly vegetables. So yeah, I just wanted to do a light marinade on these. I didn't want the flavor to be too strong. I mean, as I said, my mom wanted some more simple food, and I thought this will be a nice lighter thing. Sorry, I can't make it on my own to work. Have fun streaming though. Okay, well, thank you for popping by, Shad, and saying hi. You're free now? Okay. Awesome. Yeah. So, what vinegars am I going to use? Usually I like to, if I marinate chicken breasts, I like to do it in like olive oil and like balsamic vinegar, but I don't think the balsamic vinegar would go well with the Caesar dressing. So I'm going to use red wine vinegar actually. It's a bit lighter, has a bit more tannins in it, right? So looks better than my fridge by far. Well, where our fridge usually is packed, right? And you live on your own, whereas we have 3 adults here, so we eat a little bit more, I guess, than you would. But yeah, so then eventually, like, I will do a stream on eating on a budget, things you can, you know, do so that you can just build with fresh ingredients. Okay, so on sale chicken breasts. Going to use this to marinate them. So yeah, for the marinade I'm just going to throw in like olive oil. This will help with the grilling so it doesn't stick so much, but also add slight olive oil flavor. We're going to put some salt, some fresh cracked pepper, and this pepper is actually like, I don't know what it is. I guess the pepper plants they harvested it from were super strong, because it's, I never think black pepper is spicy, but this is, and like I love spicy food. I'm still fermenting that hot sauce from the affiliate party stream. But this pepper is freaking spicy. Your fridge is packed with stuff. Yeah, usually that's how it goes. But we do go through it, and like things like salad, like, yeah, it may look like a lot, but you're probably, if you're eating a portion of salad, it's usually like yay big, right? Alright, so I got the red wine vinegar here. Sadly, since this will be with meat, we cannot save this marinade for dressing. Which you can do, so you don't waste ingredients if if you marinate vegetables like portobello mushrooms and stuff, you can save the marinade, and it's basically salad dressing. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to leave it with salt and pepper, red wine vinegar, and olive oil. Ugh, look at me, not adding a million ingredients to something. Who am I? Alright. Time to put these in. So this is the chicken tenderloin, also known as chicken tender. So that's where chicken tenders come from. So you rip that off because it prevents the rest of the chicken breast from cooking evenly. Also, I just pulled it, but there's this string there that connects, and if you don't cut that, it will make the chicken breast tough. You also want to remove fat and stuff like so. Yeah. I'm still going to grill the chicken tenders, and I'm grilling all of these off because that's usually what my parents like do. Is they like buying the stuff on sale that's in a big pack, and then we grill it off and like use it in other stuff, or you can freeze it. Because they'll probably have chicken breast with Greek salad, because my mom also requested Greek salad, which I'll do on a different day. That way it's already cooked. Don't need to fire up the grill again. Okay. Now that I'm sufficiently slimed, just gonna toss these. And try and submerge them best as possible. Wash my hands and set them aside. Also gonna get some coffee because, as usual, I forgot my drink. But also, hands are freaking cold from that. Okay. When you're grilling meat or vegetables, you want to, it actually cooks them better if they're up to room temperature so that everything cooks evenly. Fun fact. So, yeah. Coffee time. And, hey, what do we stand in this house that I'm going to put in my coffee? Anybody know? Dun, 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 dun. It's oat milk. It's the best milk that isn't milked. And it's really good for making vegan cheese sauce with nutritional yeast. But I am not making cheese sauce today. Alright, so the next thing I'll make is the dressing. Now, with any sort of dressing, especially mayonnaise-based dressings, it's usually better to let it sit for a day so the flavors infuse. Well, I am not going to spend all day sitting with you guys while my dressing marinates, so we're just going to go right ahead with that. So I'm going to go to the salads section for them, and they have some amazing salads. So one of the ones, let's see, I've actually had this salad the last time I was at the restaurant, arugula and fennel. Really nice. It's really basic too. It's just fennel, baby arugula, their house vinaigrette, which is a red onion vinaigrette I made previously, and yeah, Parmesan cheese, lemon zest, sunflower seeds, and a little bit of buttermilk dressing. So, yeah, it's not that hard. This is the apple walnut salad that I'll be doing this weekend to go with the mushroom tarts. I actually made this for the mushroom tarts a while back, back when I was living elsewhere, and it's absolutely amazing. It has endives, frisee, radicchio, watercress, chopped walnuts, dried cranberries, apples, olive oil, fried brie, and their house vinaigrette, which is the red onion vinaigrette, kosher salt, and ground pepper. It's delicious. And nice way to use those bitter greens that you often see at the grocery store, but may not think to use. This is another salad I made. Their heirloom tomato salad. I did that with brunch, actually, and it's heirloom tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, cucumber, arugula, feta, mint, ground pepper, and olive oil. That's a really nice one as well. And if you want to have it vegan, instead of feta, you can use neck cheese. So this is their kale Caesar salad. It's, bread for the croutons, olive oil, thyme, packed baby kale, Caesar salad dressing, which is on a different page, grated Parmesan cheese, salt and ground pepper, bacon, and grated zest and juice of 1 lemon, and 6 white anchovies. Well, I'm not going to put anchovies in it, or bacon. Well, I'm going to put bacon on the side for my parents, but I'm not going to have any personally. I know I was bad yesterday and had meatloaf, but we were using up leftovers. Alright, so they have a section which is basically their basics, which is their sauces like truffle mayonnaise, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to do some things a little bit different from the recipe too, because actually, no, I could use my bullet for this. Sorry, it's just whenever I see put in a blender, I think of that motor thing that's way older than me and up there, and that thing just sounds like a beast. So let's see, what do I need? I need egg yolks, garlic, anchovy, not going to use it, Dijon mustard, canola oil, Parmesan, and lemon juice, hot sauce, kosher salt, and ground pepper. So Caesar's dressing is actually not Italian. I believe it was invented in the U.S. And there's a lot of variations. Generally, it's accepted that there's Dijon mustard, anchovies, mayonnaise base, Parmesan, and black pepper in it. Well, one of the versions I did from scratch at one restaurant had capers, Worcester sauce, Tabasco, a whole bunch of other stuff, roasted garlic and fresh garlic. So I'm going to go with this one because I think that it'll probably work out well since I love it so much at the restaurant. And so we got 2 18 packs of eggs, and my dad thought, oh, it seems like a lot, but the last time we bought 18 packs of eggs, we keep running out of it, and especially since I'm making a quiche on Sunday, yeah, we're going to need a lot of egg this week. I'm going to see if I can find the Dijon mustard. In all honesty, yes, I know my fridge is packed, but I do not believe that we actually have any Dijon left. So I am going to show y'all a pretty cool trick for making mustard. So to make mustard, all you need is mustard powder, acid, and yeah, that's basically it. So I'm going to make fresh mustard using mustard powder. So So I just got to find that in my spice cabinet right here. Spice. And you know, I just refilled this too, so it should be there. I mean, I found black mustard seeds and normal mustard seeds, so maybe it's on a different shelf, and I didn't refill it. But I do have ground mustard here, so I might as well refill it. If anyone's here, can you just please like type like a letter or something, because sometimes my stream goes down and if people aren't talking, I don't know if my stream went down and I'm talking to the air. And I can't check on my Discord unless somebody messages me. Hopefully you guys are there. So it says 1.5 teaspoons. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry. Sometimes, like, I don't care if you don't talk that much, but it's when nobody says anything for a while, I start to get worried that my stream went down and nobody told me on Discord. Okay. Yeah, so 1.5. So I'm going to teaspoon. So I'm going to do like 1 teaspoon. And then like 1/2 teaspoon of vinegar and give it a little whisk. So to make the mustard. So mustard is like yellow mustard is just powdered mustard with vinegar and some spices added. Seedy mustard is just the pickled mustard seeds. So yeah, it's a lot simple. You can add beer to mustard and all sorts of stuff, and sugar and like all that kind of stuff. Alright, hopefully I don't over pour this. Pray to me, for me. So they actually have a recipe for mayo sauce and mayonnaise in here, but it's actually different from the base they use for Caesar dressing. So, which is interesting because it is a egg yolk based sauce. All right. So perfect consistency for mustard. So this is what homemade mustard looks like. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. Yeah, vinegar. Mustard is just the seeds of the mustard plant that have been powdered with vinegar and other spices added usually. For like prepared mustard, right? Like if I get you this Compliments brand mustard here, the ingredients are white vinegar, water, mustard seeds, salt, turmeric, and paprika. And turmeric and paprika are slightly added for flavor, but mostly to give it the turmeric is added to give it a brighter yellow color. So mustard is actually of the family Brassica. And Brassica is a very interesting family because if you have a mustard allergy, you are allergic to a lot of things that don't even seem like they would be mustard. These things include stuff like cauliflower, kale, Brussels sprouts, cabbage. A few weirder ones. But yeah, cabbage is mustard. So is Brussels sprouts. So is cauliflower. So all of these things are actually all different forms of mustard that have been bred for different purposes. So I'm going to save my egg whites today because I'm trying to eat healthier, and instead of having 3 eggs on avocado toast, maybe an egg white with the avocado toast will be better for me. These little ramekins I have are pretty nifty because we found some lids relatively recently for them. Had them since I was a kid. Didn't know there was lids until like two years ago. So it says, in a blender, combine egg yolks, garlic, anchovies, and mustard. Puree while on medium speed. Ha! We all know the magic bullet doesn't have medium speed. It goes hard all day long. Okay, egg. And I will put a lid on this. I always try and be very careful around my cookbooks too. I don't want like food stains on them. So I have some lovely local Canadian garlic. I'm going to use a nice big clove for this. Did you know if you plant your garlic cloves now, you can have garlic in the fall? You can just place it in a plant, in a pot. Alright, so I'm just going to throw this in my magic bullet. So yeah. I'm going to get that all pulse. So now it says use the blender, use on a slow speed, add the oil and stuff. Well, I'm going to use a whisk. It just means I have to be more careful so it doesn't break. See, now it says blend after emulsifying it, but I'm not going to do that since I'm using a magic bullet. So I'm going to get my Parmesan cheese, hot sauce, and lemon. I have the teeniest bit of the nice Parmesan, which I'm going to actually use to put on top of the salad instead. And I have a big bag of the powdered stuff in the freezer here, apparently. Good old random Parmesan. All my recipe papers have stains on them. Yeah, I try and be very careful because these ones are very nice. Yeah. So for the dressing, it says I need 1/3 cup Parmesan cheese. Cheap. So I always recommend using like the brick of Parmesan versus this stuff. But this stuff is good for if you're tossing your salad, to put in while you toss it, and then use the nice stuff to grate on top. Half a teaspoon of hot sauce. So I'll just give it this Frank's a couple shakes. Okay. Lemon juice. I'm going to add the pepper first before I... use the cutting board and risk getting this all dirty. Okay, over here my cutting board goes. So it says 1 tablespoon freshly squeezed lemon juice. Well, I'm going to squeeze it on my own. As I usually say, there is always a bit of little vinegar to make it even more flavored. Yeah. So I'm going to heat this up because it's been in the fridge, and having warm room temperature citrus will make it easier to juice. In the meantime, I will show you how to cut lemons that you are going to squeeze, whether it be on a Caesar salad or a drink or what have you. So you want to cut this end off and slice down the middle. I always find it bad when like I see bars do this, because like you want to have it so you can squeeze it without getting it into your nails or like your hangnails or whatever and stinging yourself. It also looks nicer in my opinion. So then you cut it like this, and you want it easy to squeeze out and doesn't get caught. So you cut out the inner pith or white stuff. Then you take out the seeds, because when you squeeze it, you don't want to get seeds all over your salad or in your drink. A lot of people don't do this because they don't think it's necessary or don't think to, but isn't it so much nicer when you have a slice of lemon that to squeeze over your fish or your salad or into your drink, that you don't have to worry about seeds and the juice goes directly in there. So I think that's good stuff. Just a little extra touch to make it a bit nicer for you and your guests. You can also use lemon to make mustard, prepared mustard. Oh. There we go. I learned to do this at a very high-end French bistro where people would pay $10,000 for a bottle of wine. So these lemons I will be serving with the salad itself. The one I have warmed up, I am going to express the juice by doing this to it, which I wouldn't do with these because when I cut them, if I did that, it would squish everywhere. So I'm going to get my trusty hand juicer that is great for doing quick juicing and straining the seeds. And for this, these work best when cutting off both ends and then placing in the juicer. Oh, I should put it on the inside, shouldn't I? There we go. So I'm just going to juice the whole lemon. And there we go. Wash my hands because sticky and stingy. Okay, so I'm going to blend blend these together, and then I'm going to whisk them in a bowl, slowly adding the canola oil. Yeah, you would have done that too. Yeah. Alright, let's check to see how smooth it is. Just gonna give it a quick little buzz, and then we are going to start emulsifying it. Whenever you emulsify something, you're gonna want to add all the ingredients beforehand, unless they are something that's meant to be chunky, which you stir in after. So I'm going to get my bowl here. It says 1 cup of canola oil. I'm going to use peanut oil since it's what we have available, and basically a nice light oil. Like I've said before, olive oil regulation has basically, the grading has gone down, so olive oil has been very bitter for the past couple of years, which makes it not so good when it's the main component of dressings. So it's better to use lighter flavor oils like canola or peanut to make something that has a lot of oil. Now, olive oil is still good to, for light drizzle and stuff, or marinade, but I would avoid it for being your main flavor profile in most things, unless you get a really nice olive oil. Right, and that's basically the recipe for that stuff. Oh, there's some stuff that was in clumps, and I was like, oh no, it's the garlic, but it's just clumps of the Parmesan. So that's okay. It's not like anyone's going to put it into a giant chunk of garlic. Thank God. Okay. So next I'm going to slowly add 1 cup of oil. Whisk. Oil. And now we emulsify. Emulsify makes oil thick. And you want to do it by constantly whisking. That's why it says use a blender. I've usually used a whisk attachment on, I wish this, pouring thing was on the other side. But usually I use, a Robocoo or, a stand mixer to do this kind of thing. You want to do it even just a tiny stream, little droplets, if you see it's not blending in as fast. Some of this might be garlic. Ugh. Did not blend. Okay, I'm going to take that out and chop it, which will be a little annoying since it's extra goopy. If my parents bite into that, they're not going to let me make Caesar dressing again. Anyways, as you can see, it's getting thicker, as oil will do when slowly whisked into something. This process is the same in hollandaise as well as whipped vinaigrettes. The aeration provides stable and homogeneous structures. You still want to be careful because if it breaks, it means it will be oily and weird and have a bad texture to it. So when the oil gets streaky, just spend a little time whisking it in. Well, it should be good. This provides a more even coating of flavor upon the vegetables. So you can do this with like a balsamic vinaigrette, any kind of vinaigrette you can do this with. It just means more even tasting. It's a little extra work, but it's very, very good. So you can see that really starting to thicken up now. So, one thing that's interesting about doing a recipe book for a kitchen versus for a restaurant versus your home kitchen is that this may seem like a lot of dressing for you to have on hand, but in a restaurant, they're probably making about 50 liters of this every 3 days. If you poured a lot of oil in by accident, like I just did, just slowly work it into the other parts instead of whisking it like you normally would, and it will hopefully stay emulsified. So that's an easy way to deal with accidentally over pouring it. Okay, so as you can see, I've added the rest of the oil, so I'm going to whisk that around. And now you have a nice, smooth, creamy dressing. So I'm going to give it a little taste. So I'm going to chop up that garlic a bit more. A lot of people say, oh, when the recipe says X number of cloves of garlic, always add double or something. I trust the people at this restaurant, and their Caesar salad dressing is very good. And plus, I have really nice local organic garlic here that it definitely does not need more garlic in it. Okay, so in it goes. I'm gonna give it a whisk. Perfect. Really good. So I'm going to put this in a jar. Now I should probably go for this one since this is about a cup. And I had a cup of oil and there's some other stuff. I'm always bad at figuring out the size of jar I need. Oh, that is delicious. oh my god, I'm dumb. It's not a cup in that one. It was 500 mils, so 200. So 2 cups. So I should have put it in the other one, but you know what? Here it goes. If that's the worst mistake I make today, I am quite happy with that. Mm-mm-mm. I'm going to set that aside because I'm going to use it in 2 applications. One being the grilled and the other being the tossed. The next thing I'm going to get ready are the croutons. So I have some nice homemade bread here. And I'm going to use a little, toss it with a little fresh thyme, salt and pepper. And see if there's anything I missed. Okay, so I'm going to do something a little different than the book. Because I am doing one application grilled, I am going to do grill slices of the croutons to get a nice grilled flavor. Oh, hi JFG. I hope the rest of your stream went well. Thank you for the 100 bits. That's amazing. I'm always so grateful for that. That's great. You're the first person to tip me since my affiliate party, I think 2 weeks ago. So thank you so much. It was really awesome seeing you. So if anyone here wants to hang out with a pretty cool dude, JFG is somebody you follow. He plays video games. So yeah, definitely made, like I said on your stream, it definitely made putting together IKEA furniture a lot better because yeah, it's nice having someone to talk to and someone to listen to because you also have some great stories. So yeah, 100%. I'm just making the croutons now. I made some fresh Caesar salad dressing. I show people how to cut lemons so that you have no seeds and no pith for squeezing. And now I am going to do some... Oh, thank you so much for the shout out and plug. Well, of course, any of my friends who are streamers who come to my channel always get a shout out. Usually on my my Discord server, like I have my self promo channel, so I always tell, promote people on there too if I feel it's somebody I like watching. Which really I only watch Wheezy and Destry usually. So yeah, so I'm gonna brush these with olive oil and grill them. And oh, I'm brushing on olive oil, adding some salt, pepper, and thyme. So I actually don't need this, so that's cool. Yeah, so I'm going to grill them and then cut them up. My dad's bread is amazing, by the way. IKEA. Oh, you're an amazing person too. Thank you. IKEA furniture is an adventure to assemble. Oh, tell me that. I'm looking at at first I didn't. I was like, oh my god, I think they didn't put these parts, and I realized it wasn't color coded, and like the bed I got is white, so I assumed it was the white parts, and I didn't check the wooden parts, and then so that was fine, and then I lined them all up and stuff, and so I was screwing, but the screws wouldn't go all the way in. I'm like, oh my god, dude, I need to was I supposed to drill like the hole bigger? And it turns out my screwdriver bit was too small. And like I mentioned this in GFG stream, I hate Phillips because Phillips are actually, were designed during the war. And they're actually designed specifically so that your screwdriver pops out when it's tight. Because they wanted to make sure that their workers weren't over tightening the screw. So that's why the Phillips always pops out, which is really annoying because I'm just trying to build furniture. Whereas things like the flat heads, the squares, work a lot better and don't pop out is because they aren't designed to do that, basically. So yeah, Phillips is like the little star one, and it's just really a pain. Like, give me a flathead, I'm fine. Give me a Phillips, I'm like, no. Stop it. Stop it now. So I'm gonna get my pastry brush. You know, since I have my this one I used for the peanut oil earlier, I'm going to bust out the olive oil and use that, because using the least amount of dishes possible is wonderful. It is a good thing. Yeah, that's the pupper. That's Eddie. He's my little brother. He's a little chihuahua. He hates me most of the time. I used to make people pay me to assemble their furniture. It's a puzzle to me, and I love it. Aw. See, like, that's why I wish you lived nearby, because, like, I remember saying, like, I was painting my room and stuff, and you're like, I'm gonna fly over there right now. And I'm like, yes, Lane, please do. I will pay you in food. I would pay you in food. Well, actually, no, I've never actually done IKEA furniture before myself. Like, my old room did used to have some IKEA furniture in it, but the thing is that my dad is like a very handy person. Like, he does a lot of woodworking. He puts a lot of stuff together, like computers and stuff. So he's very handy. And so he knows what he's doing with that kind of stuff. So, like, my dad would always just put that stuff together for me, because, and it's not like I got new furniture often or anything, but it's just like he's always the person, you know, to go to if you needed furniture put together, furniture built, things repaired. So I just never really did that myself till now, and I'm 29. I accept food payment. Yes. Well, eventually we're supposed to all have like a potluck or a picnic or something during the summer, so keep it posted. Yeah, so I just never learned that, because, like, he always knew, like, the best way to do it. So now I'm, like, being a little more independent, painting my room on my own. But my mom knows more about painting and room stuff, because she's done, like, painting, either artistic and doing the rooms and everything. So, yeah, so now I'm doing it myself, and we'll see how it goes. Like, at first I found the instructions a bit confusing, but you know, once I figured out what parts were there, it was fine, like, putting it together. So, and this one says you don't need power tools, so it's fine. I will be able to do that, and I will have a bed to sleep in, so I will not be sleeping on the couch tonight, which is good. Well, I mean, I don't really mind sleeping on the couch. Like, I like watching TV before bed and all that, but I think my parents probably think, yeah, you should probably sleep in your room. And it's so cool because, like, the day bed is, like, it can fold out into, like, two twins side by side, and you can, like, put the, like, you know, double twin, like, cover over it if you want, or, like, you know, you can turn it into, like, a bigger bed. But I'm fine sleeping in a twin bed, because, I mean, that's what I've slept in basically my whole life, unless I've lived somewhere else where they had a queen. I'll be back and forth. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't actually have any bot mods, but yeah. Do whatever's best for you. I know Wheezy's probably starting soon, and that's when most of my friends disappear, because usually I stream during the day, and I love Wheezy. I love watching Wheezy, but when I stream around this time, I know for sure as hell that I am not getting the views. Not that I mind. It contributes to me streaming during the day when everyone's in their office. Let's just say that. And no hate, no shade. No hate or shade that way. I am just realistic. Indeed, he's handy, just like my daddy-o. Yes, picnic. Yeah, my dad's very handy. My mom's very handy. I'm not. It could be. Like, I guess I'm handy in different ways. Like I have an approximate knowledge of many things. So yeah, there I go, sprinkling the thyme. So I'm going to put those on a plate. So that when I grill the chicken breasts, they will be, in the romaine, they will be nice and ready. So there we go. Gonna grill those and cut those later. Yeah. Hey, Mom.
Hi, sweetie.
So I'm gonna grill the croutons too.
Oh.
I brushed them in olive oil and thyme like the recipe said. I made Caesar dressing from scratch from the recipe book.
Oh, where's your father?
I don't know. I thought he was upstairs.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Might as well at least have the bacon out. That I can microwave it. Microwaving is the best way to cook bacon, and if you disagree, then you clearly have not tried it. So, I got 6 heads of romaine, 2 packs, because, well, it's usually a half head per person for this kind of salad, but we're also doing Greek salad sometime this week. So 1 head is not enough for 3 people. So, yeah. We can always just eat more salad because that's good for you. So you rip off the top greens like so, because they can get bitter. And then for preparing the romaine heads, we're going to slice down the middle of one of the ribs, which is that tough white part, down the middle. And there you go. So it's all held together. And then we cut off this part here just to make it a little nicer. But not too far, otherwise it will fall apart. So I'm going to split this part down the middle as well and trim the ends. And put these back in the fridge in their bag. And we'll use those for Greek salad. Yeah. Do you want both Caesar salads or just the grilled?
This one is fine. Whatever you decide.
Okay, I was gonna do the grilled and the other one, but
Sure. Whatever you like.
okay. And for the other one, it's just basically the same thing, except I toss it with baby kale. So I'm going to turn on the oven. And have a cigarette while the oven heats up. Hopefully I get turning the oven on right. If you have noticed me grilling, I have always asked my dad to do it because I have made the lid go poof and make an exploding thing, or it just doesn't light because it doesn't like me. So I do the best I can. I marinated the chicken breast in a bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, and red wine vinegar, and that's it.
Oh, nice. Very good.
Everything is simple today, Mama.
Yay.
So, as we do in Canada, when it is freezing cold out, we barbecue. I remember I did, my patrons voted on me doing a barbecue feast, and it was snowing out. So, no matter what it is, we're always ready to go. Now I got my barbecue lighter and my phone. Now, I've seen it jet up to quite a number of people here, and it kind of makes me laugh. Because, like, I wonder if people think it's, it's like, oh, it's a cooking stream and not like a hot tub stream or something, and they're like, oh, she's not in makeup. Yay! So, first I'm going to open the burners. And see, the thing with this is I'm going to do it on high, because if you doing it on lower is good for cooking things like through and stuff while providing those grill marks, whereas I want to do it on high so that it gets those quick grill marks and I take it off, because I want the salad to still be cold. I just want the grill marks and that smoky flavor without the salad being warm and wilted, because warm salad, unless it's like a chunky salad, like a root vegetable salad, is kind of a bit shitty. And like, I have one story where there's this person, and they sent back their salad, this Caesar salad at this restaurant I work, because it was too cold. And I said, well, that's usually not a problem. And they said, oh, microwave it. They want it microwave in the, for like 30 seconds. I was like, oh, that killed me inside. It's like a soupy, like limp, gross mess. Like, who microwaves a frickin' salad? I'm like, crimes. Okay. So I'm gonna turn this on. Yeah, I smell gas. See, it's doing that thing where it doesn't like me and won't like. Like, I literally smell the gas. Don't microwave a salad, what the fuck? I got it here just in time for crimes. Yes, and currently I'm trying to light a barbecue. This is why I got my dad to do this. Did it work? No, it just smells like gas. Yeah, so I'll be right back. Gas and won't light. That's what I'm going to ask Dad to do. Only ever on my do during the summer.
Which knobs did you turn?
All of them.
Okay, I'm going to start with one knob on. Okay?
Okay.
So there's a safety mechanism or it won't start.
Oh, okay. That maybe makes sense why the barbecue isn't like for me.
This is lighter, useless.
Those music there. Thank you.
So. Hopefully they'll all ignite. And until I'm done.
Awesome. I'll just get the chicken breasts and stuff out then. So, my mom explained, as you saw, explained to me that, oh, I mean, you have no trouble lighting my fire. Oh my god, oh my god. Hopefully it doesn't burn when I'm done with you. Barbecues are just kind of like that, family effort, yeah. So as it turns out, that's something that, so we've had this barbecue for like, I don't know, probably almost 20 years or something. I honestly, I don't know. Long time. And I've always had horrible time lighting it because it won't light for me or it goes boof and explodes. Well, as it turns out, for the first time anyone's ever told me, like my mom just did, that there's safety on it and that if you have all of the things open at the same time, that it won't light. So, thanks, Mom, for explaining the mystery of why I could never start a grill. Yeah, so there's that. Amy. So yeah, I'm going to, once it's heated up, I'm going to do the chicken breast first because it'll take the longest. And then I'll do the romaine, do the bread and the romaine. I should have probably gotten a serving platter for this, but I did not think far ahead on this. I'm heading back now. Love you. Love you too, hon. Yeah. And like I know how to use like a lot of kitchen equipment too, because like I have to open restaurants and stuff and they have pilot lights and like all sorts of things. Like you have to like turn on the ovens, which means like sometimes like lighting the pilot lights and stuff, it doesn't just turn on. You actually have to do stuff like that. You have to turn on the pilot lights and stuff for the fryers. The fryers, so fryer oil, like you have the tub, right, and where all the oil is in, and then you have a grate, and there's these loops that um, go to heat the oil. And what they do is there's actual fire that is heating these tubes to heat up the oil, and they're like giant jets under the fire. So it's pretty intense to start up. Kitchen equipment's pretty dangerous, and there's a lot of interesting things to consider too, depending on where you're working. Because when I was working on a remote island, um, like we didn't have gas lines, right? So out there you don't have natural gas in like coming through a pipe to be in your home or be in the restaurant. You actually have to, if you want gas stove, or any sort of gas, you actually have to buy tanks of it and hook it up. So they had these massive tanks that the owner's husband would have to go and refill. It's not like there is a service to do it either. Like owners of restaurants have to, if they are using that, they have to go and like get the gas themselves, right? And gas is the most efficient way to cook on an industrial scale. And I think that's why one of the restaurants that's there is called Beaches, and they're your typical like Newfoundland local restaurant. And by that I mean catering to the locals. Because there's basically two types of restaurants in Newfoundland. There's the ones that cater to the locals, and there's the ones that cater to tourists, and sometimes there's a bit of a mix of both there. But by I mean catering to locals, they tend to have more stuff like pork chops and like chicken breasts and like fried food and that kind of thing. And like they do offer seafood to a certain extent, like fish and chips and that, but it's not really the main focus of the restaurant because most people on the island like they fish their own seafood and stuff. That's what they eat at home when they go out. Like they don't have a deep fryer at home. You know, they want, you know, that fried food. You know, chicken is a special thing, beef is a special thing because it's so much cheaper to have seafood there. Anyways, all the cooks were basically, you know, these older ladies, and they're very nice, and I like the food there, to be honest. But they all use electric stoves, and I was like, how the do you like serve the or like cook all this food? Like their menu is massive. I'm like, oh my gosh, these ladies are freaking wizards because I cannot imagine cooking on like two electric stoves, filament stoves for an entire restaurant and takeout. And using like stand up fridges instead of line fridges or a walk in. Like that's like transporting your kitchen from home and then putting it on industrial scale. So, but that's what I figured. One of the reasons too is that they didn't use gas was because of the cost of transport, the time spent because you have to take like an hour 45-minute ferry going one way after waiting a minimum of a half hour, sometimes longer, just to go across and then go all the way back. And the closest place like to get gas I think is like at least an hour. So it's quite the thing, right? To do that. We also didn't have laundry service, which I was actually, you know, it made sense, but basically, for kitchen rags and stuff in on the mainland, there's services that will give you a bunch of bags of kitchen rags, and then you put them in the dirty hamper, and then they come once a week, and they take the dirty hamper, give you new clean ones, right? Where they had to like have all their own rags and wash them in the owner had to wash them in her own like washer dryer at home. So definitely like things I didn't think of being out there that would change by about me being in a restaurant, right? So yeah, there's a lot of things to think about, I guess, when running a restaurant, like how you supply the electricity, how you supply the heating, how you supply all the equipment. And it's very, very different from cooking at home. Higher volume, things have to be like already on the go. Because, like, when you go to a restaurant, you get like, you know, you get your appetizer in like 6 minutes. Well, all the stuff that went into preparing that appetizer did not take 6 minutes. It probably took hours, but it's set up in such a way that it's assembled very quickly. Yeah, lots of overhead, definitely. That's why I like serving. I just like go to tables and like talk, take orders, and you know, provide people like with a happy, bubbly personality and make sure they have a good time. It's a lot less stressful than dealing with the kitchen aspect or like running a place, I guess. And it's good money. Ooh, when I come in, I'll put the like I posted a photo of it, but I'll show the bed like the duvet cover because like I thought it said it was gonna arrive April 1st and it arrived today. And I'm like yes, yes. That was a nice surprise. I always like getting stuff in the mail. All right, so I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get my kitchen tools. Sure, that's the part, guys, where ghosts show up on screen. Ha! Could you imagine? No, I don't have any ghosts here. This was built in the 80s. No one's died. I don't think. No, my parents weren't the first people to live in it. Probably the second. There are lots of ghosts in Newfoundland, though. So, anywhoodles, I'm going to play with some breasts. Put them on the grill. Make them nice, hot, and juicy. Hot and juicy breasts. So, yeah. So they've been sitting in my marinade a while. Usually I'd marinate stuff overnight, but I didn't want a super strong flavor, and I also only got them this morning. So here we go. Just gonna lay them nice and flat on the grill. Make sure that they are laid as flat and evenly as possible. Chicken titty. I'm just going to put a little bit of the marinade over it, not too much because it will cause flare up. And too much smoke can cause an acrid taste. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to let those grill for a bit. I'm going to use a nice metal tray for this. And I'm going to brush the heads of romaine with the Caesar dressing, which I conveniently left inside. So the oil in the dressing will act as like a lubrication so that the romaine doesn't stick to this once I grill the chicken. And provide a nice flavor. I will put some on the table for people who want to add a bit more dressing because it won't necessarily penetrate through the leaves and might burn off a bit. So what I do is I get my pastry brush nice and coated and put it across there and get in as many grooves as I can. Not just the tips. So I'll put a nice coated layer in there. Alright. So I'm going to do that for each head. And take off any bits that seem to have come loose. And so I'm only grilling one side of it, too. Oh my gosh, this dressing's so good. Not simply the one I usually make, which it involves capers, red wine vinegar, roasted garlic, raw garlic, etc. Worcester hot sauce. Don't mind me eating like a tablespoon of dressing there. Alright. So these are still getting their grill marks. At least the breasts are. So I'm just going to flip the tenders because they will cook a lot faster. And everyone knows overcooked chicken is tough. And something a lot of people tend to do because they're afraid of salmonella. Now you actually can eat chicken medium rare or raw if you wanted, but because we take better care of our chickens now back before salmonella, which really is just basically getting the shits and pukes for a little bit. It's not really that bad for you. It's not like the worst thing in the world. It's better not to have it, but a lot of people back in the day raised their animals pretty badly, so that was more of a concern back then. I'm just going to rotate them, get some cross-hatch marks. That cooks it more evenly. It cooks it more evenly. So, there we go. What did you do? Maybe I'll put the bread on so that when I cut it, it's not too hot. Because I will have to cut this into crouton size shapes. So I'm just going to put those on there. Get some nice grill marks. Nice smooth flavor. And away we go. Here's your girl teaching you how to grill salad. I mean, the whole grilled, like, half romaine heart thing isn't exactly new. It was a new trend, like, maybe probably about, like, 6-7 years ago. But, hey, it's something that's easily done at home and easier than preparing a chopped salad, really. So, there you go. You just, like, hand somebody half a heart and be like, cut your salad yourself, right? I do know I have to be careful with the bread. So yeah, the tenders are cooked through. So I'm going to put them on my plate here. Yeah, tenders are cooked, so that was quick. No, it's not. Are you? There you go. Since I'm flipping these over, I'm just going to douse the rest of the marinade on and stir flavor. And try one of those tenders. There you go. So, that is simple chicken tender taste. Getting off work now. I'll get back on soon. Awesome. Well, I may be done before you get back home, but if not, I'll see you done. If so, I'll see you on dishwasher. Tenders are nice and tender. Don't need more salt. waiting to dip in sauce? I always snack because it's part of who I am. Hey, Dad. And for some reason, there's a peanut shell on here. I don't know why. So I put the romaine heads on, face down like that. And I'm just gonna
Veg.
Alright, so one piece of the croutons is done. These are not crisping up as much as I would like. So I'll try a bit of the croutons. That's just olive oil, salt, pepper, and thyme on homemade bread. That's really good. So the secret to good croutons is you want them crunchy on the outside, and a little bit soft on the inside. Cause we all know the store-bought ones, they're just pure crunch. They're all dried out. If I have those, I just soak them in a bit of dressing first, or like while I have the salad. You want that crunch. Then you want to be a bit chewy. Alright, so you don't want to grill your romaine too much, but you want some nice grill marks like that on it. If it's too cold, put it in the microwave. I say, jokingly, please do not put it in the microwave.
As we have established earlier, this is crimes, and I will find you. Alright, yeah, so this seems to be the hotter side of the grill over here, so these are toasts are starting to actually, toast up a bit nicer. As for the chicken, yeah, it looks like this piece of chicken's done. Let's check the thickest part. This one just needs just a little more, like maybe a minute. That is a little fiery. That one's done. There we go. So just one brush just needs a little bit more. And it's good. We're good to go. Maybe I'll just do the kale. This does seem like enough, and I kind of a little bit hungry. A little bit hungry. Okay, so I'm going to take the toast off the grill. It's nice and toasted. Going to put this chicken breast on for just a little longer. And we have nice juicy chicken breast. That's basically it. I was going to do it like a toss version, but I think this is enough food for us today. And if I want some, I can just toss it. What are you guys having for dinner if you're watching? Like I said, my mom requested Caesar salad and Greek salad and chicken breast, so I did this today, do a little play on it. But she wanted more simple cooking, so I'm going to be toning it down, so to speak, a little bit. Today you got roast beef and pasta. Ooh, yummy. Here I'm out here having a cigarette waiting for something. I'm like, oh, I should check my phone. Y'all be on, I'm already on my phone. Oh, there I go again, killing that guy's dreams. do a little trick where it's basically butterflying it. You just sort of slice it down the middle or pull it apart down the middle and place it open like that so it cooks more evenly. Flatten that out, and there we go. So anyways, that's basically it. All I have to do is put those things on the plate, and there we go. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I will see you this weekend. Hopefully I'll get to stream more as soon as I get all my furniture up. Love you guys, and ta-ta for now.